Under this caution, 7 cars come to pit road, all toward the back of the field. And now the clock has stopped, let's say, because we've reached the 20-lap point. And from here on, the last 10 laps of this race, only green flag laps count.
In a year ago, pit road would have been a very busy place with that soft tire, trying to get that grip back. But all of our guys, I'm looking right now at the top 9, every one of them, except for about one driver, run their fastest lap of the race about 1 or 2 laps ago.
Now, let me just say this. If we should, green flag laps count. We had a couple of wrecks here, and right near, these guys had to ride around a while. Now fuel might become an issue.
But remember, they had 7 caution laps that buys them a little extra in that first 20 laps.
Yeah, it's not out of the realm of reality that fuel could become an issue here with some circumstances.
Steve Burns.
With Scott Wimmer just out of his race car in the garage. And Scott, we heard you say on the radio that you had a tire going down. Do you know what caused that?
No, I don't. I think it was a tire. I might have broke something in the suspension. Goodyear's brought a real good tire here. And this track's awesome. We're going to see some really good 2-wide racing, but I feel bad for the guys. This is a real good race car. I tore up car we're going to bring back for the 600, but we got more bullets in the shop. Hopefully we'll have a good one for that.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
3rd caution flag tonight. In the last 3 runnings of the Nextel Open, no more than 2 yellow flags.
Now, here's what I think. That 66 car was out there where the 11 was last restart. The 10 ran the 66 up the hill, and the 11 got up there behind the 10. I believe that 66 car has got something for that 10 car.
But Daryl, I think if it's going to happen, it better happen quick on that 10 car, because we've watched him twice get out there and get a pretty good lead.
Exactly. But I think that 66 is going to be knowing that same thing that me and you know, Larry.
He's already went to school a little bit, right? Jeff Green.
Do you get lane choice on these restarts?
Possibly.
Maybe, since there's Robbie Gordon up in the outside of the 5th row, not the inside. That's interesting. That's, like you said, Daryl, that's where he'd want to be.
Yeah, I think if I were he, I'd rather be there, but I don't think you get that choice. Maybe the front row would. No, that's the pole man. No, you don't get choices.
Oh, well.
You start where you're supposed to.
Hey, it'll be fun to watch.
He will. He took a choice.
And that's the whole point of this. It's fun to watch.
Boys, 10 to go.
10 green flag laps to go. 2 drivers to transfer. The fan vote and the winner. Here we go.
10 gets a pretty good jump. There's a hole there for the 11 to get in, and he got in it.
But here comes Jeff Green in that 66 car. He's not going to let him get in that hole.
And Robbie Gordon takes him 3 wide again.
Again on the outside, and he makes the pass.
Again.
But he knows he better go. 9.5 laps to go in this race.
I tell you one thing, that 10 car isn't lacking anything for straightaway speed.
Tell you what, though, Jeff Green in that 66, he took her down into turn 3 and 4 that time. Paid the price a little bit on the exit of the corner.
I'm sure Buddy Barker's sitting over there saying, hey, dude, we were leading this race last year with 500 feet to go, and we lost.
Gordon.
Whoa, Robbie drove it in way too hard that time and lost a bunch of time going up the hill.
And losing positions.
Well, he was trying to clear Reed Sorensen.
Here he comes back.
Couldn't.
He cleared him going into 3.
Mike, you talked about it. Brian Vickers in that 25 worked the high side. He's going to take 3rd away, coming here with 8 laps to go.
Boy, is this not deja vu all over again? The 25 and the 66. But we got a new sheriff in town in the 10.
But that 66 is keeping tempo.
Trouble!
Yep. Gordon is up and into Sorensen, but they keep going. Gordon lost the momentum. Here comes Sterling Marlin on the bottom in that 14. And Green is reeling in the leader, Scott Riggs.
He's working hard. He really is. The 10, the Scott Riggs in the 10 cars has got a little bit too much steam on the hood.
Jeff Green just ran a 29.26. That would have qualified 5th last night in qualifying in that 66 car.
Steve.
And Mike, Booty Barker, even though laps are winding down, Booty just told Jeff Green, don't overdrive it. You've got a great race car.
He's got a great race car, and I think maybe he could really been given enough time, but time is not on his side.
Without another caution, nobody but the first 3 are going to have a shot at this one.
6 to go. Remember, it's all about winning right now. Scott Riggs in that 10 car. He's in the catbird seat. Winner transfers to the All-Star Challenge. Everyone else loads up and goes home.
And none of the first 3 drivers in this race were in the first 3 in the fan voting for Tim Kelly of Nextel.
Well, we've seen it twice. Win this race and move on and win the big one.
Good job.
Tell you what, David Strimmy in that 40 car, he just drove by Jeff Burton in the 31. I've got to believe the biggest thing, that's a confidence booster for Strimmy and that team to run that good here tonight.
Good run. He's up to 6th place, but
Well, you remember the last time that 40 car ran really, or not the last time, but one of the times it ran really well here. It had a rookie in it. He made his 2nd start and won the race in that 40 car.
Jamie McMurray.
Jamie McMurray.
Scott Riggs said in pre-race, I'm going to have the most clean air on the nose of my car and on the tail, and I'm going to pull away from these guys. He has done just that.
Yeah, can you say check out?
Yeah, he's led 25 of the 26 laps so far in this 30-lap race. Now, I'll tell you what, Brian Vickers in the 25 car, talk about deja vu. He's pulled right up to the back of the 66 car. They'll come to the line, 3 to go. This is a battle for 2nd.
Right now, I'm just watching my fuel pressure gauge. I know I got plenty of fuel, but you got a new fuel cell back there. I've seen those 13.5-gallon fuel cells not be exactly that big.
Mike Bliss, who drove that 66 last year, said finishing 2nd here is like kissing your mother-in-law. It's just not the same as getting the checkered flag and moving up to the Nextel Challenge.
Earl DLP Camarama, 2 to go.
I like that shot.
Scott Riggs drove his Chevrolet here last year for MBV Motorsports.
Coming to the white flag.
Moved over to Ray Evernham's Dodge team, brought the Valvoline deal with him, and he looks headed for victory lane.
And I tell you what, for a team that started the year off by missing the Daytona 500, they have come to life. White flag. If he can make it 1 more lap, that'll give Ray Evernham 3 cars in the All-Star Challenge.
Jeff Green got a little distance on Vickers in
Be
turn
careful
1
down
for
here. It's
2nd.
raining down here on the spotter stand. It's raining. You're clear by 20.
Oh boy.
Raining and clear by 20.
Ease her through there.
Scott Riggs is going to make his first trip to the Nextel All-Star Challenge. Riggs wins the Nextel Open.
Cha-ching, 53,000. Thank you very much.
Jeff Green 2nd, Brian Vickers 3rd. Teammates Denny Hamlin, J.J. Yaley round out the top 5.
And Robbie Gordon, who took so many chances on the outside and was a delight to watch, comes home in 9th place.
The top 8 cars ran the entire race without pitting.
Tell you one thing, as I said in the show there, that 10 car was not hurting for horsepower. That thing was a rocket down the straightaway.
Little science project, maybe.
I think there was something going on there.
And among the disappointed who have to look to next week, fellows like Schrader 10th, Nemechek 11th, Elliott Sadler 12th, Boyer 13th, Sorensen 14th.
Easy there, Scott.
You got
90 more, buddy.
Yeah, you better watch out here, dude. You got to race that bad boy.
Yeah, it was just a baby burnout. But you know what? That's a good win for him, regardless of what happens in the All-Star Challenge.
Checkers, no wreckers. Scott Riggs wins. The cars stop. The vortex theory's out the window, and the rain is falling. We'll be back.
Nextel All-Star Night continuing at Lowe's Motor Speedway. Time for a Viso race break. The Nextel Open in the books. Scott Riggs started on the pole. Denny Hamlin led the first lap. Casey Mears, though, Jeff Hamlin was running 8th and got loose.
Got loose off of turn 4 and slapped the outside wall real hard, spun the car around. But Casey did a great job keeping his car from crossing back on the racetrack in front of oncoming cars. And he walked away.
He was okay afterwards. Kenny Wallace on lap 12. There were 3 cautions that came in a hurry. Later, Scott Wimmer suffering, but that's Kenny slipping and sliding. And Scott Riggs led all but 1 lap in his 3rd Nextel Open as he advances forward in the Nextel All-Star Challenge. And now we await which driver goes in on the fan vote.
Well, that's going to be a pretty exciting deal. But we talked about this 10 car, the balance that he has. And we see Scott there with his family right before the race earlier this afternoon. And again, this is what it's all about when you think about winning. Isn't it, Dick Bergman?
Well, Scott, first ever Nextel Cup win of any kind. How good does it feel to finally get that behind you?
I mean, it feels good, but it feels better that we get the chance to go to the next race. That's what we're shooting for. Just real proud of all the guys at Everham Motorsports. Engine shop, great engine tonight. All the guys in this Valvoline, Stanley Tools, Dodge, we've been making marks and getting better. Not a lot of notice yet because we're still a new team and making mistakes here and there, but we're getting better. And, you know, this is good for us. It's a good night to come out and make a sprint race out of it. Pretty much just make qualifying laps for 30 laps straight. And just proud of how good the car was off the bat. And we didn't do anything to mess it up, and we're going to make it a little better for the next race.
What are you going to do to it to make it better?
We're going to make some adjustments, approved adjustments. That's all.
All right, sounds good. Congratulations to you.
All right, the 35-year-old from just outside Durham, North Carolina, and Scott Riggs advances. You know, you touched on it with Casey Kane already on the pole, the Evernham Dodge. So obviously him and Scott will talk a little bit more. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next segment.
Well, just remember one thing. Ray Evernham has had a lot of success at this racetrack. He knows how to approach it, and I think it'll help both of these teams before this night's over.
And we still have, again, the driver that'll go in on the fan vote. This has been a Visa race break. No matter what it takes, life takes Visa. We had a little bit of a delay because of rain. There are some sprinkles in the area, but we hope to continue. Meet the drivers and their crews here at Lowe's Motor Speedway.